届毕业生的数量达到了610万，加上去年还没就业，合计有710万大学生需要就业。
嫦娥1号卫星在精确控制下，今天下午成功撞击月球撞击点。
My country, our leaders went into Iraq on the supposition of sort of oblivious to the cultural and psychological realities of Iraq. I once asked a senior member of the Bush administration, I can't tell you who she is, but I asked her, didn't you guys get sort of the culture and psychology of Iraq wrong? She said, I don't really believe in culture. I think if you change the institutions, you change the society. And that is the correct political science answer. It doesn't happen to be the correct answer. And then we had a financial system based on the supposition that bankers are prudent, rational, self-interested creatures who would never do anything stupid en masse. That turned out not to be true. And the issue I care most about in the U.S., and I think here too, we've had 30 years of education reform, all of which has had disappointing results, because in general it's skirted the core issue, which is the individual relationship between a teacher and a student. And people learn from people they love, but if you mention the word love in rational hearing, they look at you like you're it's just not the way you talk. And so I decided that you had the most socially attuned people on earth, sometimes conducting policy that was completely oblivious to who people were. And I decided this was not only a political problem, but a wider cultural problem. That we've inherited a view of ourselves that we're divided selves. We have reason over here and emotion over here. And if anything, they're on a teeter-totter. That if reason is up and emotion is down, or vice versa. And society advances to the extent that reason can suppress the passions. And so this has created methodologies of studying human behavior that try to use the methodologies of physics to do social science, which emphasize the things we can count and measure, and which amputate all the rest. It's created a culture in which we're very good at talking about material things, pretty bad at talking about emotion, very good when we're raising our kids to emphasize skills, but very bad at talking about the most important thing, which is character. And some of the shallow moral philosophy, Alistair MacIntyre, the great philosopher, said we have words like courage, honor, and virtue, but we don't really have systems that link these three things together. And so while I'm covering some of this imperfect view of human nature, I'm looking over at this other world, the world that RSA is in, and I'm seeing people who are actually giving us profounder answers to what's going on deep inside ourselves. And the odd thing is, this world is not primarily led by philosophers and theologians, but it's led by people who study the mind. Cognitive scientists, neuroscientists, psychologists, sociologists, behavioral economists.